You would assume that while watching other prominent members of the gaming and YouTube community get busted for operating a website which essentially allowed children to gamble for real-world money, that maybe, just maybe, if you were also a prominent member of the gaming YouTube community, you probably shouldn't do the exact same fucking thing, especially in a country that has even stricter laws in the books, right? Well, idiots are born every second, and we'll be goddamned if someone else didn't just get popped for promoting a gambling/lotto website that allowed people to throw their money away over a stupid video game. Son of a bitch!
Here we go!
So at least this time it doesn't appear that the YouTuber involved in promoting gambling through video games actually owned the website that they were promoting to their sometimes very young fans. But 2 people have been charged with violating the UK's Gambling Act. And they are Craig Douglas, who goes by the moniker Nepenthes.
Sure.
And then there's the owner of the site called FUT Galaxy named Dylan Rigby.
I think it's Foot Galaxy, like the football.
I don't care.
The influencer who is promoting the site on his channel that has over 1.3 million subscribers and covers mostly FIFA content, which is what the Foot Galaxy site was also using for its own version of gambling. But instead of gambling for weapon skins, which are actually worth real life money, the site allows people to gamble in-game coins, which again are apparently worth real money to some people. Rigby, the owner of the site, also apparently owns other sites related to the FIFA coin trade, including one called UltimateCoinExchange.com, which lets people buy or sell their digital coins for, again, real money.
According to a report by Engadget, they allegedly used their online presences to push lotteries and unlawful gambling in FIFA 16 matches through bets with in-game coins.
Uh-oh, that's a no-no.
And they go on to say that the site's owner, Douglas, is also accused of encouraging underage gambling by refusing to warn viewers that bets were only for people 18 and over. Shame.
Shame.
The trial for this case will pick back up in mid-October and should set an interesting precedent for this type of activity, even though this judgment is based in the UK.
Yeah.
Lots of wigs. I mean, obviously their biggest mistake was operating it there. Here in America, we're known to bend the rules a little bit, especially if there's a little coin involved. Land of the free, baby.
Send us some FIFA coins.
Yeah.
Our government will let it happen. But you know what else, shibby criminal? Woo! Creating a game that looks so much like another game that the intention could be to trick people into playing it because it would feel so familiar, aside from maybe a few tiny cosmetic differences. And of course we're talking about Overwatch clones. But no, we're not talking about Battlebjorn this time because there are some new challengers, and we'll just let you decide on these because we don't play video games, so we can only judge by their visual aesthetics.
Exhibit A for the courtroom, Overwatch gameplay, or, wait, no, this is Legend of Titan. Wait, no, hold on, I think it's actually Overwatch. No, it's either Overwatch or Mirage Arcane Warfare. Yeah, okay, so what you're watching here is Mirage Arcane Warfare, yep. No, wait, fuck, that's Paladins. Jesus Christ, hold on, cut, time out. And we're back, and I think we've got this all sorted out. Now, what you're watching on your screen right now is Overwatch, which is currently one of the biggest games on the planet with a massive player base and a burgeoning esports presence. It's so big that obviously there will be clones made in an attempt to coax people into playing their games instead. And we know what you're thinking. Overwatch, it's just Team Fortress 2. Fine, that's fair. But let's look at some of these other games that are out there right now.
Right now! This is Legend of Titan.
No, that's Overwatch.
I'm confused too. And as you can tell, it's quite literally an exact replica of Overwatch, but it's in Chinese.
Woo!
Because we all know about Chinese copyright laws and how they pretty much don't exist.
Chinese is the future.
But the thing that's different about this game is that it's free, and it's available on mobile devices apparently. And according to someone who works for the company developing this game, what you're seeing is just some of the tech demo, guys, and it doesn't represent their final product, which they claim won't look like Overwatch. Okay, buddy. Yeah, it kind of sounds like you just got found out before making it to the market to scoop up those sweet, sweet microtransactions, but whatever you say, dude, sure.
This next one here is interesting because it's developed by the people who made the game Chivalry, which was an FPS with no shooting, unless you count arrows, which I don't. It was medieval warfare, and it was actually pretty fun. But we only found out about this game because we saw it on the floor of PAX and literally thought it was a place where people could just plop down and play some Overwatch, even though Overwatch is already out.
Yeah.
You can play it anywhere. But this game's actually called Mirage Arcane Warfare. And to us, it looks just like Overwatch, especially if you're like us and just happen to walk past the booth a few times at PAX. But to fans of the developer, it just looks like a bad game based off the comments that it's getting on various gameplay trailers floating around. They don't like it either way. It's a competitive FES with goofy characters, and it only runs at like 10 frames per second. So it's digging its own grave there. It obviously doesn't need our help.
Yeah, it's doing bad on its own. So that brings us to the one making news this week, Paladins, from another sort of reputable studio, Hi-Rez, which recently brought Smite to the world of consoles after being available on PC for years. Smite took what League of Legends was doing right and made it more of a third-person action RPG, but with essentially the same rules as other MOBAs. What Hi-Rez did with Paladins was, you see, they took what Overwatch was doing and made it, well, Overwatch. It's really hard to not watch gameplay footage of this and not see all of the similarities between the two, even down to some of the weapons and abilities, and by some I mean most of them.
Things got so bad for Hi-Rez this week, mostly stemming from a highly entertaining video from the always incredible Video Game Donkey. They actually came out and addressed these allegations publicly in a statement posted to their subreddit. In the response, Chief Operating Officer Todd Harris says the following: "While Overwatch is a fine game, it was not the inspiration for Paladins. Game development is an interactive process with ideas coming from many past projects. For the hero shooter genre, the game that deserves the most credit is Team Fortress 2. We released a TF2-inspired class-based shooter called Global Agenda way back in 2010. Paladins was conceived as a fantasy version of Global Agenda, and of the approximately 85 combat abilities currently in Paladins, the vast majority are from the game Global Agenda we made 10 years ago."
He continued, "Given the marketing of Overwatch, many people do not even realize that some of our champions, like the minigun mech Ruckus and the ice block character Eevee, were available and playable in the Paladins beta long before similar character abilities were shown in Overwatch, and specific features such as chests were also demonstrated in Paladins ahead of Overwatch. People who are interested can see all this early gameplay footage on YouTube and come to their own conclusions. So,
have a nice day.
Bye-bye. So, hope you find your dad." So he's essentially saying that Overwatch actually stole from them instead of the other way around.
Aha!
Gotcha! Even though in the statement originally they were like, yeah, we stole from TF2, but they stole from us. So, well, you can't steal.
Everybody steals from TF2. I don't see what the big deal is.
Anyways, while it sucks if it were true, they have to face facts. Overwatch exists, it's huge, and it did everything right. It perfected this. Even if they think that they stole your shit, at least be creative enough to change your game up to make sure that it isn't the exact same thing as another major developer's game. Or, you know what? Fucking take them to court if you really believe what you're saying is true.
And speaking of Blizzard, it's time to get into T.U.G.S news squirts before Shibby gets in here and squirts all over us with a mess of everything of that mush mouth.
Yes.
Blizzard is officially getting rid of Battle.net.
Woo!
Well, they're getting rid of the name.
Yeah.
Because it sounds really outdated, like something created in the 90s, which it was.
Yes.
It came out at the same time as the original Diablo. That's Spanish for devil. So that, they made it so players could join multiplayer games and chat with each other. This was groundbreaking. We're not sure what the new name for Battle.net will be, but since it's nearly 2017, we'll just assume it'll be Blizzard or Battle, but without the vowels in the name.
Yeah. Blizzard.
Blizzard launcher.
Shut up, you.
Yeah, or Aloe.
You'll get your chance to name their stuff soon. Star Wars Battlefront actually has some DLC that would have made the original game playable for longer than 2 hours because they're letting you zoom around on the Death Star and even recreate the ending to A New Hope, where you fuck a Womp Rat's butthole or something with lasers. I guess, I don't know.
Did you see Star Wars?
I think I did. I'm not sure. It actually does look cool though, but I've already had this game uninstalled for months, and I'm not bringing it back, especially with all the other shit that's coming out.
Yeah. The GTA 5 Redux mod is out for people with PCs that are just top of the line and hopefully, you know, have about 30 fans attached to them and surrounding them because the graphics on this shit make me hot just thinking about them.
Woo!
I got the vapors. It truly does look beautiful though if you can run it, and it adds a lot of much needed updates to the environments of this now 3-year-old game? 4-year-old? It's old.
It doesn't matter.
But there's even drama surrounding this right now because people are upset that the guy who put out GTA 5 Redux claimed he did everything himself. People found out, though, that he'd actually lifted exact code from other projects.
Shame.
Shame!
It looks great, though, and no one's paying for it, so...
Yeah, I mean...
Shame retracted?
Whoa.
Anyways, here's some good news. Those goddamn invincible horses in Battlefield 1 will be nerfed. We did it, guys. I think we did it. I don't know. Who knows? They confirmed this recently with a tweet that said, quite bluntly, "It's true. We're nerfing the horse." And yes, that was a really fun tweet to write. So good for them.
Wow.
Taking advice.
Yeah, fuck horses. Gay. And finally, according to a recent article on Ars Technica, the HDR update on the PS4 is essentially fucking useless and can't currently be used for anything, including gaming or streaming video. Apparently, the announcement surprised devs who are now figuring out how to make it work for their game. So good job, Sony. You're about as clear on your plans that you should let devs know about as YouTube is when explaining changes to their platform to content creators.
Good work. So anyways, now that you've been gut punched with video game news, here's Shitty to review some garbage game that you'll probably end up loving anyway. So Shib, just come on here and waste your time.
Chibi.
But Shivy.
I'm back. Like the stop and frisk Trump wants to use in minority neighborhoods.
Woo!
Hey now, don't look at me with those Hillary crazy eyes. Anyways, I can't review World of Warcraft Legion since everyone loves that expansion. And if you don't love it, I'd love to hear your complaints because it can't be worse than that bullshit Draenor Facebook farm build minigame and those motherfucking loot master ninjas taking my drops and pickup raids when I was playing Feral Druid. Rest in peace, my heroic earth-warped blade staff. Moving on.
Saying like words one at a time without actually saying anything.
It's fine. Moving on, Forza 3 Horizon. It isn't out yet, and apparently it's pretty amazing too. Where are all these damn dumpster fires at? Both the official Hello Games and Sean Murray's Twitter accounts have not tweeted in the month of September after releasing a major $60 release? Retail? Now that should be criminal. Sadly, you don't have to hear my No Man's Sky manifesto. You've already heard it, so we don't need to do it right now. But Shibby, you long-necked giraffe-looking motherfucker, what are you reviewing this week? Well, since you cyber bully YouTube hero viewers are just gonna flag our show and the fact I have not played Destiny Rise of Iron expansion to get that boner poppin' 350 light level gear, or the Battlefront Death Star DLC to get that space battle, all this shit, there's just not enough time to play any of it. I was gonna review Paladins by Hi-Rez, but since everyone's triggered from that donkey video, look. His video obviously paints a very one-sided picture, just like these guys did. As many of the Paladin characters that everyone is so pissed off about were actually playable in beta before Overwatch was announced, such as D.Va or Mei, that these guys just talked about, which I actually played the beta and it's true. If we're to place blame, everyone copied TF2. You got cosmetics, copy TF2. You got crates, copy TF2. You have classes or payload or capture point based maps, copy TF2. Some characters are more offense or defense based, copy TF2. Look, Call of Duty copied Battlefield even though the original Battlefield 1942 was released a year before Call of Duty 1. It's all just a clusterfuck. Everyone needs to relax and I apologize if these nerds already covered these topics because I was rushed and nothing of significance is out before this video had been made. Anyways, 0 out of 10.
Woo! Anyways, but really quick here, I do agree. I have heard great things about Forza Horizon 3.
Yeah.
It looks a lot of fun. I play racing games. So, I won't be able to play it for a while because I'm going on vacation. So I was like, you know what? I'll bide my time. You're scary. Maybe playing The Crew. So I was like, oh cool, The Crew's on sale on PS4 right now. I'll buy that. And you know what? For a game that's 2 years old, it doesn't even fucking run on a console. I downloaded the game fully, got the DLC and everything, got inside my cool Dodge Challenger that I bought within 5 minutes of the game starting, and then, nothing. 7 times in a row last night, I got the blue screen of death. And guess what? You can't request a refund from PS4 because if you've even downloaded the game, let alone even started it, you cannot get a refund.
Fuck you.
So I don't know what to do. Big waste of $20. Don't buy The Crew on PS4. People are like, oh, just delete it and reinstall it. No, shouldn't have to do that. It's a console. It needs to work, especially for a 2-year-old game. Anyways, Elliot, what do they have to watch now?
Check it out. We got other videos. Weekly Weird News. You want to shit on a golden toilet? You want to know about head transplants?
Mm-hmm.
You like bears?
Yes.
Check it out. And YouTube wants hall monitors to run the show there because hiring people is expensive.
Yes.
Also, check out our podcast where it was just us, or check out the new Funhouse podcast which we were on.
Yes. Dude Soup this week. We were on it. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.